All right, Bears family, come together. This is Bears News Fan Report coming at you with something that might just send a big impact through the NFC North. Hit that like button and subscribe, because what I'm about to lay on you could be the boost our defense has craved all season long. Picture this. The air in Soldier Field buzzes. Fans clutch their jerseys as the defense lines up. And suddenly, the interception machine you've only dreamed of steps onto the turf. We've seen flashes. From our secondary this year, some hard tackles. A timely pick here and there, but nothing to truly tilt the scales when it matters most. Could this be the game changer the Bears have been waiting for? Is it possible that Ryan Poles is quietly gearing up to plan a huge move that changes everything about our rebuild? Let's rewind for a second. Remember those moments last season, when the opponent's quarterback surveyed the field like he had eyes on every receiver? Remember the slow final minutes, the crushing fourth down conversions against us? Our tackling was there, our pass rush had its moments, but the finishing drive, that killer closeout, just wasn't consistent. We've been hungry for a playmaker with an uncanny knack for reading routes, a ball grabber whose best plays look like a mix of swatted passes and pick sixes. Fans were clamoring online, asking where our next lockdown corner or interception specialist would come from. Now, here's where things get interesting. The Sporting News recently ran a detailed projection suggesting the Bears could add a sixth interception, star to fortify the back end of this squad. They pointed to a player with the instincts, the athleticism, and the football IQ to immediately shift the dynamic, someone who could step in, line up across from the league's shifty slot men, and snatch the ball out of the air 6 times in a single campaign. The chatter mentioned name after name veterans available on the market, mid-season trade candidates, but then buried in the analysis was a tantalizing hint. This gem might not come from a big-name free agent or a flashy deal. This could be a hidden gem, ready to bloom in Chicago's spotlight. Imagine for a moment a player who tore through college tape, racking up interceptions and turning them into momentum swings, yet somehow slipped through the cracks in the draft. Someone with that hunger, that energy in his run, who's been waiting for the right opportunity to show his ball-grabbing skill. Think of the upward trajectory, the way his eyes lock onto the quarterback's release point, the way he flips the momentum in a half with a single gravity-defying leap. Who fits that mold? Who matches the profile Sporting News teased? Here's where we lean into a bold possibility. Could that sleeper be Dylan Thiemann? Yes, I said Dylan Thiemann. We all remember the glimpses his knack for jumping routes at Purdue, that amazing pick against a top 10 quarterback last season. That turned the entire game on its head. He wasn't on everyone's radar at draft time, but scouts whispered about his video study, his relentless pursuit of the football, and those 6 picks in his final college season that earned him a reputation as a true game changer. Now, picture him in that navy and orange lining up opposite our current corner, stealing targets and giving our pass rush even more room to roam. Think about the timeline. Poles has been strategic, patient, waiting for the right talent, rather than making desperate grabs. Draft capital is precious. Free agent dollars are finite. But signing a guy like Thiemann, someone still hungry to prove himself, someone who wouldn't break the bank but could deliver Pro Bowl-level performances, that feels like the kind of savvy move the team staff likes. Could Ryan Poles be planning that quiet win? Could the Bears swoop in, sign Thiemann off an unheralded practice squad or midseason release, and instantly supercharge a defense that's shown flashes but craves that next-level playmaker? We've seen it happen before teams lock down a corner and suddenly everyone talks about their defense. The Rams with Jalen Ramsey, the Chiefs with Jarius Sneed, one elite cover guy, can take a unit from good to feared. And don't overlook the psychological impact. Quarterbacks glancing over at cover one, hesitating for a split second because they know a ball grabber is lurking. That split-second hesitation can change completions into incompletions, first downs, into punts. It's the kind of intangible edge that fuels playoff runs and cements legacies. But here's where we pause, because the real question is this: Will the Bears pull the trigger? Will Poles and Co. make the call, hear the tape, and decide that Thielemann's instincts and that 6-interception pedigree are precisely what this defense needs? Or will they wait for a bigger name, risk missing out on this perfect fit, and let another season slip through our fingers? Keep your eyes glued to the rumor mill. Stay glued to this channel, because if Dylan Thielemans does don the metallic helmet and strides onto Soldier Field, we'll break the tape down, celebrate every pick, and watch this defense come alive again. And trust me, you'll want to be here when the first ball is thrown in his direction. If you believe the Bears are finally waking up, hit that like and let's finish what we started. Now picture Dylan Thielemans in that navy and orange lining, up over the slot or shadowing the opponent's top receiver, his eyes laser focused and his instincts primed for the ball's first deflection. Imagine the ripple effect on this defense. Suddenly quarterbacks scanning the field hesitate in the pocket, knowing there's a rookie corner who may vault into the best plays at any second. That hesitation alone transforms coverages our pass. Rush, already hungry, will take advantage of those split-second delays. The Bears' identity shifts from a unit that reacts to plays to one that dictates them, flipping the script on offenses from coast to coast. Think about what this could mean at Soldier Field come October. The roar of the crowd isn't just for Khalil Mack chasing down the quarterback or Roquan Smith flying to the ball. It's also for that electric moment when Thielemans leaps between two receivers to pluck the pigskin out of the air, sending fans off their seats. It changes how the team feels playing at home, no longer simply defending territory, but hunting for turnovers, feeding off the energy of the fans who finally sense a true playmaker patrolling our secondary. And on the road, imagine the confidence that rides with this team in the hostile stadiums. A cornerback who's not just holding his own, but ready to flip the field with a single game-altering play. Let's draw a line back to 1985, when the monsters of the Midway terrorized defenses with their ferocious defense and timely turnovers, racking up 34 interceptions as a unit. We haven't seen that kind of turnover production in Chicago since perhaps the early 80s under Buddy Ryan's watch. Last season, our defense managed just 16 interceptions, overall good for 23rd in the league, and too often left our secondary exposed late in games. Bringing in Thielemans, who snagged 6 picks in his final college season despite facing NFL-caliber receivers in the Big Ten, isn't just adding depth. It's reaching for that historic Bears DNA, resurrecting the bait-and-switch mentality that once made this franchise feared. As the speculation swirls, imagine the locker room reaction when Poles and Ryan decide to pull the trigger. When the news breaks that the Bears have quietly signed Dylan Thielemans to a deal that all but guarantees he'll see the field immediately. You'd see smiles stretch across veterans' faces. You'd hear the click of equipment as players gear up, knowing they're part of something bigger than a rebuild. You'd feel the energy at practice cranked up a notch, as every player senses the renewed urgency, the understanding that this team means business. And that's the emotional spark that spills over into Sunday games, that fuels fans to chant "Bear down" like they've never chanted before. It isn't just about interceptions on the stat sheet. It's about shifting the entire ethos of this franchise back toward defense-first dominance. It's the kind of storyline that captures imaginations when the underdog rookie steps into the limelight and becomes the hero New Chicago desperately needed. It's the key moment when a front office gamble transforms into generational lore, the chapter every Bears fan has been craving after years of almost and not quite. So here we stand on the brink of possibility. Ryan Poles has built a team with grit and raw talent, but now he needs that secret ingredient, the instinctive playmaker who changes how the team wins. Could Dylan Thielemans be that catalyst? Could this be the spark that finally lights the fuse under a defense that's been smoldering too long? The answer is out there, waiting in the video study and whispered in the rumors. And if it's real, if Thielemans really does step onto the field this fall, Bears fans will look back on this moment as the key moment, the moment we stopped rebuilding and started roaring. Get ready, because if this speculation comes to life, Chicago won't know. What hit them?